is Joselyn Montero, and I'm in the Monroe College Honors Program, and I'm studying for my bachelor's in Health Services Administration, and this is my research on the LGBTQ rights movement. The term LGBTQ was a term that took a long time to be accepted, so obviously it would mean that getting social rights, medical rights, and legal rights would be a longer and bigger fight. For the social rights, the transgender community gets little to no representation in society, especially when the member is also of another minority status, such as race. One area where this phenomenon has occurred is in the transgenders community fight for equal restrooms, and this was a case that showed that. For medical rights, most health services mistreat or deny service to the LGBTQ community, whether they are a patient or doctor, and this was a case that showed that. For legal rights, the community on the legal level faces laws that are rooted in homophobia and unequal marriage rights, or even the right to marry. There was a recent case about Alexa, who was a transgender woman that was shot dead in Puerto Rico. The media kept describing her as a man in a skirt, and a lot of people were upset by the fact that they kept misgendering her. This image shows Bad Bunny, who's a famous male Hispanic artist, and he used his platform to bring awareness to the case of Alexa, a transgender woman who was killed. He performed in the Tonight Show by Jimmy Fallon by wearing a black skirt and a shirt that said "Mataron a Alexa, no un hombre con falda," which means they killed Alexa, not a man in a skirt. In opposition to this movement is the religious rights clash with the LGBTQ rights when it comes to things such as who to deny service to these customers. A new law called Religious Exemption Law was created to protect the religious rights of the medical field. This law makes it possible so that they don't do procedures that go against a religious belief. This quote here basically says how a doctor is able to not recommend their patient to a different doctor that could potentially perform the procedure. Transgender people who want to fully transition could get their surgery denied and won't be able to be referred to a different place. This could result in them not receiving the treatment at all. I conducted a survey that had 10 questions and a total of 38 responses. The 2 questions below present some respondents' perspective on this issue. One of the questions was, in the health industry, should doctors deny service to patients of the LGBTQ community, or should patients deny being served by the doctors that are part of the LGBTQ community? This was one of the responses that summarizes what most of the other responses said. Neither one should happen. Doctors' jobs are to help patients regardless of their identity, and doctors' identity shouldn't affect the quality of care they can provide, which is true. One's sexual orientation should determine whether they are good at their job or not, and should determine if they get medical service or not. In conclusion, the movement needs to be more inclusive with all its members, and the laws need to be more enforced because they are human too, and no one deserves to be treated less than themselves. Change needs to happen and keep happening. Thank you for listening to my research, and I hope everyone has a good day.